some cases don't end. They stay with families, investigators, with the ground itself. And more than 50 years after the disappearance of Jamie Grissim, search teams are back here in Clark County, following the clearest lead they've had in decades. On a stretch of road near Yakult, search teams are looking for answers in one of Clark County's oldest cold cases. Investigators say the search centers on Jamie Grissom, a Fort Vancouver High School student who disappeared on December 7, 1971, while walking home from school.
We're looking specifically for the remains of Jamie Grissom, who was 15 years old and disappeared on a walk home from Fort Vancouver High School on December 7th of 1971.
For decades, investigators have searched this broader area, and about 1,500 feet that way is where the other two victims were found. Doug Moss explains that the witness described coming into these woods in late 1971 and stumbling across the body of a young girl near Rock Creek.
He explained to us that he ran into the woods, he stumbled almost immediately and fell down. And where he described falling down, he said he was above the creek. So you can kind of see there's kind of a little bit of lip here that rises above the creek. He fell down, came face to face with the body of a young deceased female. We think with high credibility that Jamie Grissom's body was right within this particular area.
That account, investigators say, helped them focus on a location near the Dole Valley Bridge, roughly 1,500 feet away from where the remains of two other victims tied to Warren Leslie Forrest were found in 1974.
So the first thing that's unique about today is, for the first time ever in all these years, we know with great precision where to start the search.
Search leaders say precision matters here, because after more than 5 decades, they may not be looking for intact remains. What they may need now could be much smaller than that.
Frankly, at 60 years old, there may be no physical remains. It may be just the soil that has the chemical signature. It's been impregnated where the body was, or where wild animals put pieces over time.
Now, this search isn't built around the expectation that they're going to find intact remains, but it's built around the possibility that something small might still be out there. Handlers say these were not standard search dogs.
He had a change of behavior and actually followed through with a trained final indication, which is what he's been trained to do when he is in the odor of human remains.
Even so, investigators caution that a canine indication is not the same thing as a recovery. If something credible is found, the next steps could include repeat searches, excavation, and a long forensic process.
With the current DNA technology today, all we need is one bone or one bone fragment, and that might lead to the identification of Jamie Grissom.
Even after multiple days in the field, investigators say that cases like this rarely give immediate answers. For Doug Moss, who's been tied to this case for decades, the search is about evidence, but it's also about the families who have lived for years without an answer.
He offended 17 times in 4 different states beginning in 1969. So he's got nothing to lose at this point by just simply helping our investigation and helping the families get some level of closure by revealing to us specifically who he murdered, when those murders occurred, and where at least the two missing bodies are. He's got nothing to lose by talking to us about that.
Detectives say if this produces a credible lead, teams could return for more focused excavation work. For now, they say the goal is to keep pushing a case that has gone unanswered for more than half a century.